Hi friends, I'm here with another yoga offering. As always, please go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to, and feel free to skip things or change things if they're not working for you today. Let's begin on our backs. We can come into a symmetrical, relaxed position. Go ahead and spread out. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. Begin to slow down your breath. And anytime you notice that you're checked out or your mind has wandered onto something else, as soon as you notice, see if you can just invite yourself back, feeling where you are now, feeling that you are breathing. You're welcome to open or close your eyes as it's useful for you throughout your practice. And let's begin by sliding arms overhead, stretching out really long through your arms and legs. Interlace your fingers, press out through your palms, flex your feet, reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release. Bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in. And then straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times. Bend your knee back in, open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your left leg. Just feeling what's here. What is there to notice? What is there to discover? You can release, bend your knee, and bring it across for spinal twist. Open out through your right arm, let your knee and shoulder reach away from one another. And you can always use touch to help wake things up. Movement, touch, lots of ways to bring awareness. Staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, a little circle or rock. And grab hold of just the left knee. Drop the right leg long. Squeeze this knee in close. Straighten this leg up towards the ceiling. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times, both directions. Bend your knee in, open your knee out to the right. You can straighten part way or all the way out to the side, holding where it works for you, going to the amount of straight that works for you. In each pose, we are exploring our own limits. They shouldn't be other than they are. So each pose is a series of directions you go in, and then you meet your limits where they are perfectly. You can release, bend your knee, bring it across. Spinal twist. First with a bent knee. And then And try straightening the left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal, fingers and toes reach away from one another. Roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in, little circle or rock, evening things out. And then drop your feet to the floor, getting set up for a little bit of core work. Start by drawing the belly in, pressing the lower back down from the inside. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take 2 more like this. Last one. And then release down and send your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take 1 more. And then switch, left leg high. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. 1 more. And then switch again, right leg high. This time take your left arm across. Each time you exhale, reach a little further across. One more. And then switch, last set. Left leg high, right arm across. One more. And then release, stretch long through your arms and legs. Bring your knees in, little circle or rock. And then make your way up to sitting. And let's come forward onto forearms for a forearm plank. So we'll set the elbows shoulder width apart. You might measure off. Bring the forearms down, parallel. And then step the feet back until everything's in a straight long line. So hips are not lifted, they're not sagging. Strong core, strong thighs, chest lifting, the whole underside evenly lifting up and reaching out. In this strong pose, can you find ease? Can you relax your face? Can your breath be steady? If you can't, if this is too much, take it down a notch. Maybe do the same thing with knees on the floor. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then shift to side plank. You can just rotate the heels, lift one arm. If you would prefer to stack your feet, you could. Can there be lightness and ease in this powerful pose? One more breath. Let's release and switch. One more breath here. Release. And let's lower down to a Sphinx pose. Opening up the front side, pressing into the forearms to open up the chest. And just notice if your shoulders are up by your ears. See if you can push into the elbows to telescope the neck, nice and long. And then let's adjust the hands under the shoulders now, coming up to Cobra. And this could be as low or high as you like. Elbows in, shoulders down. Lengthen your torso forward to come down, and you can go back to Sphinx, stay where you are, or slide your hands a little further back by the ribs, coming up to either Cobra again or Up Dog. Hands right under shoulders, maybe knees lifting off the floor. And then let's come back to Downward Facing Dog. Spread your fingers. Lift the hips. And you can bend one knee and press the opposite heel towards the floor, waking up the backs of the legs. And then drop your knees and sink back to child's pose, releasing hips to the heels, forehead to the floor. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left, and then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. Back to center. Let's lift up through table. Come back through down dog. Walk hands and feet towards one another, and let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel, any movement, any arm position. Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Step up to the front of the mat, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Bring hands together at the heart. And let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Take the time you need for all your transitions, and then let's take 5 breaths in a good resting pose. Whether that's down dog, child's pose, sitting, something else. One more breath here. Back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, take the right leg up in the air, bend your knee to your chest, and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a bit higher, and then a big step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Sink low. Grab the left wrist and take it over for a side bend. Same thing other side. Grab your right wrist, take it across. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Hips low, heart high. Release arms up. Tip forward, standing splits. Hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square, with the upper body letting go like ragdoll. Big step back. Warrior one. Arms up. And in each of these poses, there's so many things we might learn about our bodies, about what's happening inside here. So taking in as much as you can now and still being curious that there is always more. We don't finish. And then release. Make your way back to down dog. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then a big step forward. High lunge. Arms up. Sink low. Grab your right wrist, take it over. Same thing other side. Back to center, interlace fingers behind the back, other thumb on top this time. Release arms up. Tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a few blocks. One more breath. Step back. Warrior one. One more breath here. Release and make your way to a good resting pose, whether that's down dog, child's pose, sitting, or something else. And each transition, move in the way that feels right for you. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take a few balancing poses. We'll get steady on 2 feet, feel your feet grounded, and then move over to one for Tree Vrikshasana. Right leg comes up as high as you can, as low as you need, anywhere above or below your knee. Arms can be out to the side, prayer position, arms up. You're also welcome to move to a wall. And if you want to try a little side bend variation, you can bring your arms out, turn the palms to face up, and then lean over towards the right, coming into a big side stretch, reaching through the fingers. Last breath here. See if you can find your way back up, finding your balance again. And then release, shake that out. Same thing other side. So left leg comes up, anywhere above or below your knee. You get to choose your challenge. You can do the side bend variation or not, any arm position. If you want to try the side bend, turn the palms to face up and then lean over. Can you feel a connection between the whole side body? See if you can find your balance back upright before releasing, and then let that go. Let's take a hip stretch balance next. We're going to cross the right ankle above the left knee, sink the hips back and down. Try and go towards a flat back. Your arms can be out to steady you or at your shin or even on the floor or a block. As you come upright, right hand to the inside of the right foot, we're going to lift it up, open it out, and keep it as bent as you need to. If you're able to straighten part way or all the way, you're welcome to. Opposite arm can be out. But try not to lift the right hip up. See if you can keep them level. And then release. Shake that out. Same thing other side. Left ankle crosses above right knee. Sink the hips, go towards a flat back, head and sit bones reach away from one another, any arm position. And then left hand to the left inside of your foot. As you come up, open your leg out to the side. It can be as bent as you need to. You can go towards straight, but try not to lift the left hip. So hips are square, chest is square. And then release. Shake that out. Let's bring feet hip width apart again, hands to the top of the buttocks. We're going to roll the shoulders back and the elbows back. And then lift the chest, little upper back arch. And then fold forward. You can grab your big toes with the first 2 finger and thumb, lengthen and fold again. Pulling your head towards the floor. If it doesn't work to grab the big toes, don't grab them. Do what feels right. Work with your body as it is. And then release. Let's lower the hips. Come into a squat, Malasana. If your heels don't easily come to the floor, you might widen your stance or turn your toes out. And you can also use blocks to support you, sitting on a block or a blanket under your heels. It's fine to balance on the toes as long as that feels okay for you. We're going to open up the knees using the elbows, and as best you can, roll the shoulders back and down so the chest is nice and open, long spine. And we'll work our root lock here, Mula Bandha, same as a Kegel exercise. As you exhale, draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up. As you inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. And then engage and keep holding, keep breathing, drawing in strongly through the bottom and connecting that to the top. Feel the full length and space that your spine and torso takes up. And then release. Back to a forward fold. Any arm position. You might hang in ragdoll. You could give your neck and shoulders a squeeze. You might grab a handful of your hair and pull your head towards the floor. And then let's try crow. Take a little step back from the front of the mat. If you don't want to try crow, you can stay in your forward fold or come back to your squat. If you're trying it, remember that it is a process, just like every other pose. There's nowhere to get except where you get. So hands shoulder width apart, knees somewhere to the upper arms, and then shift your weight forward. More weight in the hands, less weight in the feet. If your feet become weightless, you might lift them up. If they're not yet weightless, see if you can be where you are. Slow down your breath and maybe shift more weight forward. You get to stop anywhere along the way. If you were in your hands, come back to your feet and let's release the wrists. Maybe stand hand, one hand at a time, sliding under the feet so the toes are up to the wrists. Maybe circling or rubbing the wrists if it doesn't work to do stand hand. And then release the hands out from under the feet. We're going to make our way to down dog. If you want to take crow again and work on hopping out of crow, you're welcome to. You can also just step back or take a vinyasa to get back. Feel whatever you are doing. Eventually making your way to downward facing dog. From down dog, let's slide the right knee forward, pigeon pose, right side. Feel free to set up some support if a little something under the hip or chest or forehead works for you. Letting go of what's not needed. Keep checking for reactivity, clenching of the jaw, tightening of the brow, shoulders lifting. And see if you can feel what this pose is stirring up in you. And surrender, both at once. Let's bring the upper body back up. Take your time. If there's something under your right hip that's in your way, slide it out of your way so you can bring the left knee forward, setting up for half hero. Try and have your right knee pointing straight ahead, right toes pointing straight back. If you want to make this more gentle, you could sit up on something, you could pad your ankle. We're going to lean back, tuck the tailbone to try and open up the crease in the left hip. And you might stay on your hands. You could come down to just your right elbow or both elbows. You might come all the way down. And at any point, you could go higher or come lower. So you're staying at your edge, not going beyond it. Release, you can lean to the right or roll to the right, straighten the left leg out, give a little rub to your knee or ankle, working out any tightness from that last pose. Make your way to down dog, maybe through a vinyasa, maybe just stepping back, maybe something else. From down dog, pigeon pose on the left side. Taking your time, setting it up, using everything you know. You can't know what you don't know, so don't worry about that, but use what you have learned so far And then be curious, no matter how much or little you already know. The mind likes to put things in boxes. The mind likes certainty. The mind likes to know. And in reality, we can't really ever fully know. So is it possible to keep opening up? Even if you've done this pose thousands of times before, you have never done it now. Now is a new experience. Let's bring the upper body back up. If you have something under your left hip, move it out of your way. So you can lean to the left, slide the right knee forward, and then make whatever adjustments, getting set up for half hero. Lean back, tuck the tailbone, and feel how it is. Based on the real-time feedback, do you want to make it a little more gentle? Do you want to come deeper? To release, let's lean to the left or roll to the left. Straighten the right leg out, a little rub to the knee, ankle, working out any tightness. Take one last vinyasa, any movement transition. And then come through to sitting. Extend the legs forward. Take the flesh of the sit bones back, inch the heels forward. Folding over those straight legs. You can use your hands where they're going to best support you, whether that's on the feet, the floor, a strap around the feet. Inhale to look up. Exhale, release. Let's come back onto our backs. Knees in, little circle or rock. Get set up for bridge, feet hip width apart, parallel. Press your feet down, lift your hips high. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back, shrug your shoulders underneath you. When the pose feels complete, come down and rest. If you feel like coming up again, come up again. Same thing, or any other back bend. If you want to try half wheel or full wheel or supported bridge or anything else, you're welcome to. Stay as long or short as you like. You can repeat that process until you're done with your back bends. If you still have more in you, you're welcome. If you're finished, move on to a counter stretch. I'll suggest Happy Baby, but anything that helps you release your back. We are moving towards the end of class, so this would be a good time to get in any last pose or anything you would like to do before coming into Shavasana. If you want to take an inversion, there's time for that. Please don't hurt yourself. Do the things that you know work for you, or be careful if you're trying something new. You might finish with a restorative pose. Whatever you're choosing to do, feeling it fully, giving it the time it needs. And you can keep going like this until nothing else is needed. And then start getting yourself comfortable in your final resting pose. If you want to adjust your clothing or grab props. Maybe some self-massage if there's a part of your body could use some help releasing. When you are ready to come into your final rest, let go of the control of your breath. Come back to ease. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. And let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles. Stretch out long through your arms and legs. And then when you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. And bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today. Please reach out if you have requests for future offerings, and thank you for whatever support you're able to provide. I very much appreciate it.